All right, next game. It's the final game of our 1 o'clock slate. It is going to be Panthers Vikings, 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff in Minnesota. Minnesota's minus 4.5 with the total at 48 and a hook. The Vikings are just 1-4 straight up at home this season, 33 points a game. They're giving up on their home turf. This once dominant Minnesota defense of the past couple of seasons is actually averaging less than 1.91 sacks per contest, and they're allowing 305 yards passing per game at home. Now, Minnesota's defense is in the top 3 in the league in most points allowed at home, top 5 in most yards allowed per play in that same category. Meanwhile, offensively, Kirk Cousins has thrown 11 interceptions through 10 ball games, and he's been sacked 19 times. This Minnesota offense is in the bottom 3 in the league in second quarter scoring. They're taking on a Carolina squad who's coming fresh off a 20-point victory over the Lions. That was actually a 20-0 shutout victory against Detroit. Now, the Carolina Panthers, they have successfully covered the point spread in 2 out of their last 3 as well, and that includes a marquee cover over Kansas City. They actually they had a shot at beating the Chiefs in that ball game, gave them a real scare in that 2-point game. Very impressive effort out of this Carolina team to at least get the job done against the number against Kansas City. But anyway, the Panthers, they're covering 80% of their ball games on the road, and they rank in the top 5 in first quarter scoring. Now, the Panthers are also in the top 3 in the league in road yards per play, and they find themselves throwing for over 290 yards a game when they travel. Now, Teddy Bridgewater's completing over 72% of his passes this season, over 2,500 yards and 13 touchdowns through the air. Wideouts DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson have nearly 1,700 combined receiving yards on the season and 5 scores. Meanwhile, defensively on the other side of the ball, as much as they've struggled in many different spots this season, this Carolina D ranks in the top 10 in fewest third quarter points allowed on the road. The Panthers have 14 takeaways. Meanwhile, cornerback Dante Johnson has 3 interceptions out of this Carolina secondary. Edge rusher Brian Burns also has 6 sacks on the season for the Panthers, 3 forced fumbles and 8.5 tackles for loss. And linebacker Shaq Thompson currently leads the Panthers in tackles with 83 of them. Thompson also has 6 tackles for loss, 5 PBUs, and 2 forced fumbles. Now keep an eye on Okung, Miller, McCaffrey, and Jackson. They are all listed as questionable for Carolina. Meanwhile, Daly, Franklin, and Teddy Bridgewater are a little bit banged up for the Panthers as well. And they have a small possibility that they might not play this Sunday, although I'm very optimistic that we'll see Teddy Bridgewater in there this Sunday. But anyway, total-wise, when it comes to the number in this one, 2 out of Carolina's last 3 ball games got over the posted total. They're 60% to the over when they travel. Meanwhile, the Vikings on the other side, they are a perfect 5-0 to the over at home this season, 70% to the over at any location. I'm going to lean toward another underdog. Minnesota might end up winning this one outright. I think the Panthers will keep it close. Give me the underdog Panthers plus 4.5 and the over 48 and a hook in that contest. All right, next matchup, we're going to dive into the afternoon slate. I'm talking about Saints-Broncos, 4:05 p.m. East in the Mile High City. The Saints are the 5.5-point favorite. Total's 43 and a hook.